it is gift giving season. It's underway. And your family, your kids, your friends might be asking, what do you want for Christmas? Or maybe you have a writer in your life and you want to get something special. And you're wondering, what would support the writer in my life? What would help this person get better at their craft? Writer Unleashed is for you, a writer who has a story you want to bring onto the page and into the hearts and minds of readers. I'm Nancy Panuccio, writer, editor, and writing coach. And each week, we'll explore techniques, mindsets, and inspiration for writing stories readers can't put down. Thanks for spending some time with me today. Now let's begin. When I was a kid, my mom would always ask, what do you want for Christmas? And I'd usually have a long list of toys and games and records. And of course, books. I was a big Nancy Drew fan. I had every single Nancy Drew book in the series, and I read them over and over. My father gave me my very first typewriter. I didn't ask for it. He just knew it was the right gift for me. He knew I loved to write. And of course, it changed my life. My teenager rarely asks me what I want for Christmas. He just surprises me. At the time of this recording, it is gift-giving season. It's underway. And your family, your kids, your friends might be asking, what do you want for Christmas? Or maybe you have a writer in your life and you want to get something special. And you're wondering, what would support the writer in my life? What would help this person get better at their craft? Maybe you just want to gift yourself. My birthday and Christmas are just 10 days apart, and I always buy myself a birthday gift and more than a few Christmas gifts to myself. Why not? It's the time of year I splurge on myself. And it's a great time to buy holiday gifts because, at least at the time of this recording, there are great deals for Black Friday and Cyber Monday. So in this episode, I'm going to share gift ideas by category. And then I'll give you more specific gift options and recommendations under each category. Share this episode with your family and loved ones, or get a gift for yourself. And I'll share links to all of these gifts in the show notes, which you'll find at nancypanuccio.com/212 gifts for writers. Okay, so on to category number 1, books, of course. And I think one of the best things you can give to a writer or ask for is a gift card to Amazon. Now, these gift cards come in various gift boxes for Christmas. There's a gift card in a limited edition Prime van, which is really cute. There are many envelopes. It's a fun thing to give, and it allows you to choose what books you want on your bookshelf. You might want to get books in your genre, the genre that you're writing. You just might want to be absorbed in a great story. Or you might want books on craft. And I have a couple of recommendations that you probably haven't heard of yet. One is called Revisionaries, What We Can Learn from the Lost, Unfinished, Just Plain Bad Work of Great Writers. This is written by Christopher Jansma. And as you know, the creative process is mysterious, and a lot of us don't really understand the writing process and how inherently messy it is. Most of us don't realize that it's completely normal to write badly at the start. We think we're the only ones who struggle with getting the vision in our head captured in words. We think we're alone in our despair over how we structure our stories. And we think we're alone in a host of other challenges that are very normal. Now, great authors cover all of this up. I mean, you only see the finished product. You don't see all the bad, trite, blasé writing at the beginning stages. So this book not only takes you behind the scenes of some of our greats like Fitzgerald, Virginia Woolf, Sylvia Plath, Harper Lee, Nabokov, and Patricia Highsmith, just to name a few. This book shows you that you're not alone, and you're certainly not lacking in any inherent talent. You are not alone. In fact, you're in good company. The other book that at the time of this recording is set to publish on November 29th is Aristotle for Novelists, 14 Timeless Principles on the Art of Story by Douglas Vigliotti. Now, I have an advanced copy. It's a great read. It's not long. It's very engaging. He has a conversational quality. It's not pedantic at all. It's not overly technical. And I read it in a couple of hours. So what he does in the book is take Aristotle's principles and make them accessible. He talks about consistency in your novel, how to build tension and when to release the tension. He talks about cause and effect. He gives some tips on dialogue and show versus tell. So he takes Aristotle's timeless principles on drama and simplifies them for novelists. And he's got such a clear conversational tone, you'll feel like he's sitting across from you in your living room having a great chat about writing technique. So that's Aristotle for Novelists, 14 Timeless Principles on the Art of Story by Douglas Vigliotti. And Revisionaries, What We Can Learn from the Lost, Unfinished, and Just Plain Bad Work of Great Writers by Christopher Jansma. Now, I'm planning to interview these authors later in 2025. Both books are great companions for writers. So, category number 1, a gift card to Amazon. Okay, category number 2, online writing classes. Now, many of us do not have good writing workshops locally where we live, and they're not always convenient. Back in the 90s, I used to take writing workshops in New York City. They were 3 hours long, so they went from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. I had to take a train to downtown Manhattan, or I had to walk uptown, but I was much younger then, and it was doable. Online writing courses give you much more flexibility because you can go at your own pace and you can learn on your own schedule. So here are a few recommendations I have. The Gotham Writing Workshop has online courses which advance week by week, and you'll be accomplishing certain things within each week, but you can participate in class anytime, day or night. And they have different levels according to how experienced you are. So level 1 is great because it gives you all the foundational craft elements you need in your toolbox. Another one is Masterclass. Here you get great writing advice and great insight from some of the greats like Margaret Atwood, David Mamet, Amy Tan, Joyce Carol Oates, Neil Gaiman, to mention just a few. Now, at the time of this recording, Masterclass has a pre-Black Friday sale, 50% off. Great time to get that subscription. I also have a story structure course coming up in January 2025. And I'm holding early enrollment for a small group of writers at 50% discount in exchange for your feedback as I finish creating the course. So I'll be emailing you for feedback on which course lessons you want, what bonus material you want, how you want the course delivered, how many implementation weeks you want, and so much more. So early enrollment is $297 through Friday, November 29th. That's a 50% discount. The course goes live January 2025. I'll include links to all of these in my show notes on the episode website. Let's move on to category number 3, editorial services. These include developmental editors for a finished manuscript, book coaching for writers who are working through a first or second draft, and manuscript evaluations. So we have developmental editing, book coaching, and manuscript evaluations. Developmental editors are quite expensive, so you definitely want to shop around. But you should have taken your manuscript as far as you possibly can before you work with a developmental editor. A less expensive option is a manuscript evaluation. This is where you get high-level written feedback on what's working in your story and what could use more development. And then there is book coaching. This is a great option for writers who are writing and revising their books. Writers need support, and coaches help them cast a vision for their story. It helps them know what they can cut, what they can expand, and how to think of their story structurally. Now, for more on editorial services, listen to episode 138. What kind of editor do you need? Episode 138, I'll link in the show notes. But a wonderful gift for writers is having a professional support them as they write their book, as they revise their book. Okay, on to category number 4, writing retreats. Writing retreats are fantastic because they're led by experienced authors and writing coaches. They're usually 4 to 5 days of focused work on developing your story idea. For example, maybe you want to write creative memoir, or you want to get to the core of your project and develop a process for a specific genre. For example, Omega in Rhinebeck, New York has these retreats for about $400. But then we have some that are further afield. Costa Rica has a writing retreat coming up January 19th through the 26th of 2025. So this is a whole week-long creative writing retreat in a beautiful location. Now, they only accept a very small number of writers, about 7 to 10 per retreat, which makes it very personal and very intimate. This retreat has 6 workshops. They're 2 to 3 hours in length, and the workshops can focus on plot, character, description, editing strategies, and even the business of writing. So you take the workshops in the morning, and then you have the rest of the day to write and explore. And it's in a beautiful environment. Now, some of these retreats are, of course, more expensive, and they require plane fare and lodging, so they tend to be on the pricier side, but still makes an epic gift for a writer if you can afford it. Okay, last category, category number 5, ergonomic office accessories. Now, for me specifically, I need an ergonomic chair. I mean, writers sit for sometimes hours at a time. I spend the majority of my day sitting in a chair, so it has to be ergonomic. It has to support my spine. I do get up and move around. I get outside. I go for a walk. But I still spend a great deal of time sitting in a chair. So for me, one of the best gifts I ever got was an ergonomic chair. Branch Furniture has some great options. You can choose great colors. And of course, I will give you a link in the show notes. The other thing is a Kinesis keyboard. Years ago, when I was working from home as a freelance writer, I was writing all day from my laptop. And guess what? I was on deadline and I got carpal tunnel. If you've ever had carpal tunnel, it is so painful. But I had a deadline, so I had to work through the pain. I tried magnets. I tried wristbands to keep my wrists in alignment. I did not want to have surgery. So my boyfriend at the time bought me a Kinesis keyboard. And guess what? It cured my carpal tunnel instantly. So ergonomic office accessories, a great gift idea, and it will help the writer in your life have more longevity writing their book. So there you have it. 5 great gift ideas for the writer in your life, or what you might want to gift to yourself. Number 1, Amazon gift cards. Number 2, online writing classes. Number 3, editorial services. Number 4, writing retreats. And number 5, ergonomic office accessories. You'll find links to all of these at nancypanuccio.com/212 gifts for writers. So there you have it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. And if you know any writers who need some support in their writing, please share this episode or the Writer Unleashed podcast in general. And if you love what you're listening to, subscribe on your favorite listening platform and please leave me a review. Reading how this podcast impacts your writing truly lights me up and helps me create topics for the show. Till next time, keep writing, and I'll talk to you soon.